All right, folks, welcome back to the Crisis Report. This is your Crisis Report alert for November 19th, 2025. We appreciate you being here. We are brought to you by Augusta Precious Metals, and we're going to be covering a little bit more about that later. Thanks for those that went and check out the video on PrepperNow. The debt-free thing and all that feels good, and we'll move on from that subject matter. I know it's getting long in the tooth, but just excited. So anyway, thanks for your support, and here we go. Illegal crypto mining has drained $1 billion in Malaysian power. Poland is going to close its last remaining Russian consulate after the railway sabotage, according to the foreign minister. Japan is set to restart the world's biggest nuclear plant. Netanyahu has visited Israeli troops in Syria beyond ceasefire line, according to government spokesman. Supposedly, people are going crazy about that. Bitcoin price has dropped below $90,000. Crypto sell-off ongoing. Larry Summers is resigning from OpenAI's board after being linked directly to Jeffrey Epstein. Harvard University says it will investigate itself over the ties between Jeffrey Epstein and Larry Summers, former Treasury Secretary and former university president. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, says that Epstein files should be released only in a limited way to make sure that we don't do permanent damage to the political system. Should tell you everything you need to know. The United States approves $700 million sale of advanced air defense systems to Taiwan amid tensions with China. A man in Germany called government workers parasites on X. A few hundred views later, police raided his home, seized his phone, took biometrics, demanded DNA, and warned that he is now under surveillance. Pope Leo XIV has condemned the extremely disrespectful treatment of migrants by the Trump administration. Germany's natural gas storage level is very low at the beginning of the heating season. Hardly any natural gas is in the country's largest storage facility. United States Department of Energy to provide Constellation Energy with $1 billion loan to restart a nuclear reactor at 3 Mile Island since 2019 after Microsoft agreed to purchase all the electricity from the plant for the next 2 decades. Terms of the deal are not disclosed. The United States can no longer win in a potential war with China, according to the U.S. Congress. Annual report by U.S. Congress came out today, stated that China's military expansion is happening quicker than they had anticipated, that by 2027, China will have the advantage in regards to an invasion of Taiwan to either win or at least make the cost of shipping or stopping them too high for the U.S. Additionally, the report stated that the officials from the U.S. allies in the region said in private talks to Congress that their countries no longer believe that the U.S. could win against China and at best get drawn into a long war that they couldn't outright win. Over the last few months, numerous think tanks in the U.S. have issued reports telling the Trump administration to take a more moderate approach to China. Former CIA spy John Kiriakou says, "My source informed me that Israel told Trump the quiet part out loud, that they have nukes and that they will use them to hit Iran if America doesn't." Dutch have unseized Nexperia. They've suspended the legislation that they had invoked to take away the company from China. Russia is helping Iran to develop a nuclear weapon without conducting a nuclear test, according to FT. Iranian scientists visited Russia. Appears to be a sign of efforts by Iran to obtain laser technology and expertise so that they can design a nuclear weapon without conducting actual tests. UK has both an immigration and emigration problem. Net migration is positive because the UK has hundreds of thousands of non-EU nationals coming in. Higher earning categories, EU plus UK, are going the other way. Second day of a large offensive launched by the SAF around Al-Obeid in central Sudan. After the failure of yesterday's attacks, the army pushed back the RSF during massive pickup fightings today. A thread to know what is happening is on the Substack. Google CEO Sundar Pichai came to the U.S. on an H-1B visa. If you look at the history of technology development, the contribution of immigrants to the sector has been nothing but phenomenal. And now, of course, he is the head of Google, the largest company in the world. FATEX network and collaborators mapped all the Venezuelan military installations, including radar, sites, air bases, missile defense systems, naval facilities, Army brigades, and newly identified positions across every REDI and ZODI region. If U.S. strikes occur, radar and air defense sites are expected to be amongst the first targets. Take out their eyes. France has once again recorded the highest number of anti-Christian hate crimes in Europe, almost 1,000 incidents, including arson, violence, and desecration of graveyards, which have recorded the most in 2025. Arson attacks on churches, destroyed altars, decapitated statues, saints, and even physical assaults. Anti-Christian violence in Europe is steadily increasing. Germany alone recorded 33 church arsons, more than any other country in Europe. In total, Germany logged 337 anti-Christian offenses, placing it third in Europe, France 770, and United Kingdom 502 to top the list. For years, we have warned about the consequences of this ongoing invasion of Europe. Saudi Arabia and the U.S. signed a series of significant agreements in various fields following the visit of Saudi Crown Prince bin Salman. Saudi Arabia will invest $1 trillion in infrastructure, industry, and technology. Strategic defense agreement signed between the two. Arms deals signed between the two, including U.S. F-35 aircraft and 300 Abrams tanks. Agreement for nuclear cooperation, civilian purposes, and a strict standard of non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. Strategic minerals agreement, a memorandum of understanding signed on artificial intelligence, an agreement to expand commercial and regulatory cooperation, and a financial cooperation agreement between the country's finance ministers in the fields of customs standards and capital market regulation. Saudi Arabia's status and power have risen a notch in the past 24 hours. Trump makes sure to highlight this, gives his dear friends all the honors and money that they can buy. The Middle East can definitely understand what this means. 2 new evacuation orders have been issued in southern Lebanon as strikes are continuing. Videos showed netizens on Japan that Toyota chairman Akio Toyoda, spotted in full MAGA gear at a NASCAR event in Japan. He was wearing a MAGA hat as well as a shirt showing Trump and Vance. And the United Nations offered its mediation for a possible negotiation between Donald Trump and Venezuela. That is your crisis report alert. November 19th, 2025. We're brought to you by Augusta Precious Metals. Check out the other links in the description. God bless you all, and we'll see you on the next one. PrepperNow is now being sponsored by Augusta Precious Metals. They're a member of the Better Business Bureau, and you can check them out online at AugustaPreciousMetals.com, and a great place to consider putting your retirement if you want to put it into a gold or silver IRA.